Block quote, "They thought they could take everything from me. The company I built, the team I trained, even the clients I fought to earn. All because my parents believed my golden child sister was more business savvy. But they forgot one thing. I built that company. And I knew exactly how to tear it down." Block quote, "If you've ever been underestimated, betrayed by the very people who were supposed to support you, and dreamed of sweet, calculated justice, then hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up. Because today's story is not just revenge. It's poetic tech karma." Block quote, 10 years ago, I was just a guy with an idea. No investors, no fancy credentials, just a cheap laptop, a beat-up car, and an obsession with building something real in the tech world. I was 23. Everyone said I was insane for turning down a safe job offer to start my own company. But I did it anyway. I worked from a garage, living off ramen noodles and caffeine. No vacations, no weekends, just code, cold pizza, and raw ambition. And slowly, painfully, the company grew. First it was just me, then one developer, then two, then clients, real clients. By year 5, we had an office, a team, and 7-figure revenue. I wasn't rich, but I had built something that mattered. I was proud. It wasn't just a company. It was my legacy. Then came Sarah, my younger sister. 4 years younger, bright, driven, and always my parents' favorite. While I was grinding through 18-hour days and eating dollar store spaghetti, Sarah was posting selfies from Ivy League libraries and getting internships at Fortune 500 companies. My parents practically worshipped her. When she graduated from a top-tier business school, the celebrations were excessive. My mom told me she's going to be a CEO one day. My dad said she's got the real brains for business. Then came the suggestion I never saw coming. Why don't you bring Sarah into your company? She'll help you grow it faster. She's got that business school sharpness you never had. I should have known better, but against my gut, I said yes. At first, it was fine. Sarah had ideas, some good, some terrible. She was charismatic, persuasive, and people liked her, especially the newer hires. She called herself head of business strategy without asking. I let it slide. She was family, and I wanted to believe we were building something together. But things started to change fast. Sarah began holding meetings without me, pitching ideas to clients without telling me, reassigning projects, overhauling marketing, making hires I hadn't approved. She was charming, slick, manipulative. And worst of all, the team loved her. They didn't see the underhanded moves. They just saw the confident, energetic executive who brought donuts and talked like a TED Talk. Meanwhile, I became the quiet coder guy in the background. I started getting excluded from big decisions. I'd walk into a meeting only to find out it had already happened. My CTO, a guy I hired, once told me, "Sarah thinks we should pivot to enterprise clients. I think she's right. She thinks. Not we, not you." It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck, and I was the one tied to the tracks. The final blow came over dinner at my parents' house. Lasagna, wine, casual conversation. Then my mom raised her glass and said, "To the future CEO of the family company, Sarah." I thought it was a joke. I laughed. No one else did. My dad leaned forward and said, "We've been discussing it, and we think Sarah is better equipped to take the company into the future." I sat there, stunned. This wasn't just their company. It wasn't even our company. It was my company. My late nights, my stress, my sleepless years. And now, they were handing it over like it was a birthday gift. I tried to speak, to reason, to remind them that I'd built it from nothing. You'll still be involved, my mom said, but in more of a technical role. That's when it hit me. I wasn't just being demoted. I was being erased. I went home that night and stared at my monitor. Rage, betrayal, helplessness. The kind that makes your jaw clench until your teeth hurt. But I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I planned. Because if Sarah wanted a company so badly, she could have what was left of it. Over the next 3 months, I moved in silence. I created a new legal entity. Clean, simple, untraceable. I registered it in another state, bought domains, hired a lawyer. Then I started transferring contracts, one by one. I reached out to our biggest clients, the ones I had built personal relationships with. I told them I was leaving, and that I wanted to keep working with them through a new, leaner company. Same service, same team, less overhead. They were in. Then came the team, the real team, the back-end developer who pulled all-nighters with me in year 2, the sales manager who had followed me from my first startup, the designer who once slept under her desk to meet a deadline. I had earned their loyalty, and when I told them what was happening, they didn't hesitate. We jumped ship, together. A week before Sarah and my parents were planning their big leadership transition, I walked into the office. Calm. Focused. I handed Sarah a resignation letter, printed, signed. She looked up, confused. "You're leaving?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "And I'm taking my company with me." She laughed. Actually, laughed until I showed her the list. Clients, contracts, key team members, all gone. She panicked, called my parents, screamed, threatened legal action, but there was nothing they could do. Every move I made was legal. Every transfer documented. Every conversation backed up. I didn't destroy the company. I just took the heart out of it. The new company, it soared. Within 6 months, we were profitable. Within a year, we outpaced the old company in both revenue and reputation. As for Sarah and my parents, the family company crumbled. They tried to rebuild, tried to spin the story, but without the clients and the core team, it was like trying to resuscitate a corpse. Sarah eventually left. My parents stopped bringing up business altogether. Now every time I look at the plaque on my new office wall, I remember one thing. Never let someone else take credit for your blood, sweat, and sleepless nights. Betrayal cuts deepest when it comes from the people closest to you. But sometimes, the best revenge isn't yelling. It's walking away, quietly, with everything they thought they could steal. If that revenge hit you right in the soul, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what would you have done in his shoes? And if you love stories where karma hits back hard, subscribe for more emotionally charged tales every single week, because sometimes the sweetest victories are silent.